Have you ever watched the moon bleed? Or witnessed the sun turn black? In that moment, the world slows down, and time suddenly freezes. These lunar events are known as the eclipse. They both share the same name, but don't mean the same thing. The lunar eclipse paints the moon red and is a sign that the world will soon face danger. The solar eclipse is that danger coming to life, transforming day into night. Now, what would happen if an eclipse appeared in a world where the moon gives you magic based on the time of your birth? 7 months ago, I created a power system revolving around the moon, with each of the 8 moon phases acting as different magic classes. The new moon represents infiltration, where users can turn invisible, shift through walls, or even take over your mind. The waxing crescent signifies imagination, allowing users to create tools, weapons, and other physical constructs in seconds with the objects around them. The first quarter symbolizes transportation. This enables users to teleport objects, animals, and themselves. The waxing gibbous embodies amplification, giving users the freedom to enhance parts of themselves, such as their skin, eyes, or their hair. The full moon represents incantation, where users can summon animals, spirits, and the elements. The waning gibbous signifies infusion, allowing users to fuse different things together, like weapons, animals, and sometimes people. The last quarter symbolizes education, giving users the knowledge of whatever they consume, and the ability to share that with others. The waning crescent embodies restoration, letting users turn back time on moons, objects, or places. But not everyone in my world has these abilities. To obtain this lunar magic, also known as lumina, you must meet 2 conditions at your birth. The moon must be in the sky, and the sky must be dark. Those who successfully meet these conditions are called moonborn. And to keep things simple, I am setting my world so the moon is always present in the night sky. But even amongst the moonborn, an ability that can surpass them all are born under the lunar eclipse. This rare lunar event happens when the Earth moves between the sun and the moon, casting its shadow across the lunar surface. As sunlight passes through the Earth's atmosphere, only the longest, reddest rays reach the moon, painting it in a deep, blood-red glow and earning it the name Blood Moon. So what happens when the moon bleeds for the first time in 100 years and a baby is born at that very moment? It marks the birth of a child unlike any other. These children are born without a specific class, but carry with them the potential to master all known classes through transfusion, when blood is moved from one body into their own. These children are afflicted with the lunar hematocrit syndrome, a condition that leaves them extremely pale, tired, and in a constant feeling of confusion. Those born during a lunar eclipse suffer the second harshest fate, as the moon itself steals half of their blood, making its glow unnaturally bright. Most children cannot live through this ordeal, and the ones who do are called the bloodborn. The parents of those who do survive are instructed to bring their child to the sanctuary of Cercalis, the most advanced medical kingdom in the world, where the children's only chance at survival lives there. The children are granted free healthcare, treatments, and the promise to come back home unharmed. This is only if the parents consent to having their children be test subjects for a chance to help future generations who will have to face the same hardship. Originally, due to the large population of Cercalis, the doctors were easily able to perform blood transfusions, using volunteers from the civilian population who willingly offered their blood to save the children. But the medical team discovered something remarkable. When a child receives blood from a moonborn specifically, they have the potential to awaken whichever class was tied to the donor. For example, if a transportation user was to offer their blood to one of the lunar eclipse children, those children could theoretically be transportation users as well. The doctors granted a name for this newfound ability: absorption. But this gift comes with a terrible cost. If the children were to ever transfer their own blood to anyone besides each other, it would be fatal, killing those who'd receive it. If the children absorbed enough blood from their donor, they could steal their abilities, leaving the donor powerless. What began as generosity from the doctors turned into something sinister. The experiments grew darker, the trials became harsher, and the kingdom became a place where power was both a gift and a curse. The doctors began testing how many types of blood a child could hold, all to create the ultimate soldier. The truth of the bloodborne children is kept a secret from the world, while families are abandoned, forgotten, and destroyed. After years of being raised and trained with the other children, mastering different classes under deadly circumstances, only the strongest amongst them comes out alive. At the end of their treatment, the children must fight each other to the death, and the last child standing is given the blood and power of all of their fallen comrades. A child shaped through bloodshed, destined to change the fate of the world, for better or for worse. The bloodborne who drinks from all wells may quench the world or drown it. Once every 5 centuries, the sky dies for a few minutes, and all new life disintegrates in that darkness. This haunting moment is known as the solar eclipse. A solar eclipse happens when the moon moves between the earth and the sun, blocking sunlight and casting a shadow across parts of the earth. As the sun becomes obscured, the sky falls into darkness and daylight fades, creating the rarest celestial event in my world. In this rare darkness, a child can be born under the influence of both the sun and the moon, and still receive lumina. Yet this lumina is touched by a trace of the sun, twisting its nature and scorching its purity. It grants a child a power strong enough to rival the lunar gods. Negation. Those fated to be born beneath a solar eclipse are cursed before they have a chance to breathe. The celestial shadow casted by the solar eclipse severs the bond between a baby's body and their soul, leaving the body incapable to receive life. While newborns receive this scorching lumina, their bodies twist and wither, burning, rotting, and warping from the inside out before they can let out their first cry. Nearly all babies perish within moments, reduced to nothing but ashes, while their souls are denied a vessel. In extremely rare situations, a birth doesn't fail, it fractures. The baby's body collapses into a pile of ashes like the other newborns, yet their soul remains, slowly turning black, stained from the ashes of their body. As the solar eclipse ends and the sun slowly comes back, its light shines through the smoky soul. The sun's power burns into the eyes, chest, and hands, making them glow just like the sun. These glowing parts are the only portions of the child that function normally. The rest of the body is similar to an intangible smoke, unable to touch or interact with the world. Negation is by far the hardest class to control. The problem isn't using it, it's knowing how to stop it. Possessing a fragment of the sun lets this user constantly absorb their surrounding lumina, often without even noticing. The Moonborn instinctively fear them, growing weak under their gaze and nearly collapsing at the touch of their hands. Because of how they look and what they can do, people don't see them as human, and instead, they brand them with the name Shadowborn. There are no recorded sightings of a Shadowborn in my world, except for one, mentioned in ancient texts. Without a body, they could theoretically exist forever, unless their soul got destroyed, though no one has discovered a way to do this, including themselves. This poor soul is tormented and excluded for their entire existence, wandering endlessly for centuries, searching for a place they can call home. The Shadowborn searches for its light, but the cost is the silence of everything around them. If you're still watching, comment a sun emoji. Thanks! To get behind the scenes updates or any of my manga progress, become a channel member. A huge thank you to all my current members. You guys are the best and I truly appreciate you. If you want to know the origin of the 8 lunar gods known as the Tsukigami and their creation of lunar magic, let's hit 5,000 likes and I'll make it happen. Oh, and at 100,000 subscribers, I'll be releasing the first volume of my manga for free. So subscribe if you'd like to see that. Anywho, have yourselves a lovely day. Bye!